What's up, Ryan K here from Refer, and today I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to create an amazing cover letter for a job. But before we jump into that, I'm going to actually run through kind of some ways to think about ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like your personal writing assistant. It can be your personal career coach, your personal job seeker coach. The key though here is it's a magic wand, and it's only as good as the wizard who's using it. You need to dig in and spend time to understand how to use ChatGPT instead of just doing what a lot of people do. A lot of people are looking for the shortcut. They just say, job search prompts, and they grab these prompts thinking that they can send one request to ChatGPT and get back a finished product. That's just the wrong way to think about it. Instead, I want you to think about it the same way you would think about a career counselor or anybody else. You would assume that they know everything about everything, but nothing about you or the specific job that you're wanting to apply for, etc. And so it's really these 5 steps. Who do you want it to be? How do you want to respond? What info do you want to use? What do you want to do with that info? Or how do you want it to help you? And then what do you want to change? How do you want to adjust it? I'm actually going to jump in and show you exactly how to go about creating an awesome cover letter. Keep in mind, a lot of people think cover letters aren't that important, and so they're going to send the same cover letter over and over again. The key thing to remember here is cover letters aren't just for when you're applying for a job. They're actually for use as you're networking into the job or following up with HR or the manager after you've applied. And so this information is extremely important. The key is this cover letter needs to be unique, it needs to be compelling, it needs to be relevant, and it needs to be credible. What I mean by that is not just it can't have typos or misspellings, but it needs to be specific to the employer and the job you're applying for. And so how do we go about doing that? Really simple. This is where ChatGPT really shines. Now, the other day I came in here and I created this application. I actually took and said, hey, can you help me adjust my resume to apply for a job? So you're going to go through the same process, right? ChatGPT responded back by saying, hey, there's all these things I can do to help you. I responded by copying and pasting the entire job description that I found on Indeed directly into ChatGPT. I didn't care about the formatting. I just pushed it all in there, right? It restated and I said, okay, now I want to actually give you my information, my resume. I copied and pasted my resume that I pulled right out of LinkedIn. Once again, not worried about formatting or anything like that. I'm just feeding it information, right? At this point, it gave me feedback about my resume and some adjustments to make. It also gave me some guidance about this cover letter, right? Alignment with Tava's vision, etc., etc. And so I had it rewrite a resume. Now I'm going to come in here and say, could you help me write a cover letter? Right? So just like I would do with any human that I was chatting with, I literally just asked it to help me write a cover letter. It's going to go ahead and craft this back and forth. And clearly it's a little bit slow because we're using GPT-4, but it's going to spit out the information that I want to be able to send over and explain exactly why I'm a great fit for this job, why I'm the best person for this job, why they should consider me. And so pretty straightforward here that it's going to go back and forth. It's going to give me something that I can send over. This now very quickly is customized to the job that I'm applying for, the company I'm applying to, and my own resume. Now, I could also adjust this and say, could you rewrite this using a different writing framework and style? What are my options? This is how we start getting into more creative or unique ways of writing. I just ask it, what are the other options for other frameworks, other styles that I could use to rewrite this cover letter? Now you're seeing that we're bringing in some different ways, almost like I'm writing a marketing piece instead of what I would normally do as just a cover letter if I copied somebody else's. And so this is now going to give me a bunch of different options. Now, should I just full send this without reading it? Of course not. Proofread it, make sure it sounds, not proofread it for typos. I'm going to assume ChatGPT is going to do good with grammar and spelling and all that kind of stuff. Instead, proofread it to make sure it really is you or it sounds like you. If this doesn't sound like you, if you want to make it more casual, more friendly, change the tone, I could change the tone of the letter to make it more casual and conversational, right? Go ahead and change the tone of the cover letter. It's going to make it more laid back. It's going to rewrite it for me. Once again, getting more and more similar to my own style, my own flow, making it feel like something that I would actually use. And so step by step, I have to look at the organization I'm applying for. This is a tech company. This is a B2B startup. This is something that I can read their content on their own website and the way that their job ad is written and figure out their tone and kind of match it or mimic that tone so that it gives me this ability to properly connect in. I might actually want to rewrite this letter for the different people at the organization. Perhaps I want to I could rewrite this as a pain letter, which is something that's talked about a lot online, something that's talking about a problem, the struggle, and the solution. And so once again, this is going to recraft or rewrite the cover letter in order to give me a new option, right? Very simple to use, very easy, but you have to put in the time. And as you can see here, I'm not ready to actually use the content until 5 or 6 prompts in, what we call a thread. Just like you would if you were going to talk to a doctor, if you're going to talk to a counselor, if you're going to talk to a career advisor or anything like that, you're not going to just ask one question, take their answer and send it. You're going to actually go back and forth until you get to the point that you get the most quality, where they understand what you're trying to do, why you're trying to do it, what your backstory is and where you're going. And so that, and as well as the employer and what they're looking for, so that we get something that once again is unique. It's relevant to the employer. It's compelling, meaning it matters to the things that they care about, and it's credible. Thanks so much for watching. And again, remember, please support our sponsors on this page by checking out the people who are running ads. Thanks, and we'll talk to you later.